Hello friends, so welcome back to my new video. In this video we are going to talk about the chemical origin and evolution of the life. Okay, so this theory is given by the Operin and Haldane, and it is supported by the Urey and Miller experiment. Okay, so let's talk about the various steps. So first of all, the planet has originated. Okay, so planet origin. Okay, so in this planet there is the presence of element. Okay, so elements are present on the planet. Okay, the third step is that these elements, they interact with each other. So the element interaction, okay, it gave rise to inorganic compound. Okay, okay, so what inorganic compound? For instance, the hydrogen molecule, the water molecule, the carbon dioxide, okay, monoxide, methane, etc., they are formed. Okay, how they are formed? They are formed through the element interaction. Okay, upon the element interaction, when there is energy provided by the light or UV light or lightning, this interaction, the simple organic molecules were generated. Okay, so the next step is simple organic molecules, they were generated. They were generated from where? They were generated from inorganic compound. Okay, okay, and the energy is provided for their formation by UV light or lightning. Okay, okay, so what happened? First of all, the elements are present on the planet, then the elements interact with each other and it gives rise to inorganic compound. This inorganic compound then further interact due to the energy provided by the UV light and lightning, and they give rise to the simple organic molecules. Okay, so the next is these simple organic molecules and elements. Okay, inorganic elements, they got dissolved in sea. Okay, so this is also a quite common statement that the life has originated into the sea. And why? Because there are the sea has the elements that are required for the origin of life, like simple organic molecules and elements. Okay, so once the sea has the simple organic molecule and element, what will happen? The next step is the formation of complex organic compound. Okay, so then complex organic compounds are formed. Okay, then what happened? That like amino acids are already there, right? So this amino acid, they will give rise to the peptide. How? By joining with each other. Okay, the nucleotides, they give rise to nucleic acid. Okay, okay, sugars, simple sugars are there. Okay, so they get converted into the starch. Okay, and then further, like the glycerol, they combine with the fatty acid, and this will result in the formation of the fat. Okay, so you are understanding that first elements are formed, then these elements interacted with each other to give rise to simple organic molecules, then simple organic molecules and element, they got dissolved in the sea, and there the complex organic compound has formation has occurred. Okay, okay, the formation of molecular aggregates, Okay, so this is supported by the Sydney Fox. Okay, and the Oparin, he termed the molecular aggregate as a co-surveys. Okay, co-surveys. Okay, so the next step is the growth of co-surveys. So how this co-survey grows? They absorb the co-surveys. They absorb molecules. Okay, from their surrounding, and the nucleic acid. Okay, they took the control. Okay, and then these led to the formation of the first primitive living system, that is the eubionts. Okay, eubionts. So eubionts, they are the first primitive living system. Okay, and why they are first living system? Because the nucleic acid has now taken place as the central place, and now it is regulating the life. Okay, the 10th step is the free genes. They further join, diversified and join producing heterotrophs. Okay, so then heterotroph formation has occurred. Okay, then the lipoprotein membrane, it was formed around the eubionts to form the first living cell. Okay, so the first living cell is formed upon the lipoproteinic membrane formation. Okay, so the first simple one cell living organism, it is similar to today's cyanobacteria. Okay, so later on there are some heterotrophs also that become capable of making their own food. Okay, either by the process of the chemosynthesis or the photosynthesis, but mainly these are the 11 steps that are chiefly responsible for the chemical origin of the life. Okay, so quickly I will just, before closing the video, I will just go through it one by one. First of all, the planet has origin. Okay, the elements are present on it. These elements, they will interact with each other to give rise to the inorganic compound. Then simple organic compounds, they were formed. Okay, and the energy is provided by the UV light and the lightning. Okay, the simple organic molecules and the elements, they get dissolved into the sea, and sea is the where the life actually originated. Okay, so then the complex organic compounds are formed that give rise to the life. Like for example, amino acid, they converted into peptides, nucleotide converted into nucleic acid, sugars are converted to the starch, and glycerol and fatty acid, they converted into the fats. Okay, so the molecular aggregates, they were formed. This molecular aggregate formation was supported by the Sydney Fox and the Oparin termed it as a co-acervates. Okay, now what the co-acervates do, they give rise to the first primitive living system, that is the eubionts, and they, by absorbing the molecules around them and the nucleic acid, take place the central charge. Okay, so the first eubionts, they are produced, and further there is a formation of heterotrophs. They have the, like, difference, different form of genes. Okay, so the first living cell is formed upon the lipoprotein membrane formation. Okay, so these are the 11 steps in the chemical origin of life. I hope it is clear to you, and if in the examination it is asked that explain the various steps of the chemical origin and the evolution of life, then you have to write these 11 points. Okay, thank you for watching the video.